Yeah.
I don't like being controlled.
There was a person I knew who said one time that when you're in that place where you're having a hard time communicating in a relationship, that there's a good phrase to use.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, go to hell. No, there's a good phrase to use that's like
bitch, you got to finish with bitch.
It's a little more friendly when you're trying to say something that's gonna be scary.
Please shut the fuck up, bitch.
Right. Please, for the love of Jesus, baby Jesus.
If you don't shut the fuck, I just gave you a warning. That was your warning. Go ahead, man.
But the phrase is interesting because what it is that normally, like if I had a problem with Carl in a relationship and I was like, Carl, you're not fulfilling me for some reason, right? Here's how I'm going to normally say it. You blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
You always do this. You
right?
always
and
do
you
that.
blah, 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 blah. And every time this happens, you blah, 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 blah. So what the saying is, instead of you, because that sounds very much like Carl's on trial, right?
Yeah.
You, right? And so you get defensive. So the phrase is when this happens, instead of when you, so like let's say that Carl doesn't help out with the dishes, right? So I'm mad about it, right? So instead of me being like, you never do the dishes, I'm going to say, when I don't get help on the dishes, right? It's the same thing. It's just a little different.
Or when the dishes
When I don't get help on the dishes, the story I tell myself.
That shit is in this book too.
The story I tell myself.
Wait a second. Written by Matty J. What
that's
the?
right.
It's the.
Go ahead and let me give you your cut.
Right, exactly. Give me my money. Give me my money. You know it's mine.
Carl got $16 in his wallet.
Right. I'm in cahoots with the author.
20.
I mean, that's what the deal is. I'm cahoots.
20, guys.
It's 40. I just counted it.
I'm making affiliate link money off the author of the book.
And a coupon.
Oh, a complimentary dinner for the Iron Chef.
Free relationship advice. 45-minute session.
Keep $40 in your pocket and a food coupon. Love will take you places.
$10 at Long John Silver's. Thanks, Carl.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna wrap up on this, but
it's true. It's like, think about that though, because if what I'm saying to Carl is like, you never do the dishes, and he's like, fuck you, right? Because now he's on trial.
Because that's the blame game. That's the blame game.
I tell him that when I don't get help on the dishes, the story I tell myself is you don't care.
that's they saying this shit in that book. It's because we tell ourselves stories,
right?
And it's not real at fucking all.
And sometimes maybe it is, and sometimes maybe it's not. But until
that's a good point.
Until
we make up a lot of stuff in our head.
Until your partner hears it and goes, "No, that's not what it is
no,
at all."
No.
Yeah, it's a part of the brain they was explaining
self-sabotage
that can tell this story, and it can and what would create once I can create a fucking story. That's way off.
They call that the narrative, right?
And then you believe that shit to the core, and that's and then you keep telling yourself that same story, and then it builds an emotion, and that emotion just feeds it. Now that's what it is.
Now you're triggerable.
And I have no clue and she has no clue what he was thinking. None of that shit you thought Zach was thinking even exists.
Yeah, she doesn't know that story that you're telling yourself in your head.
But it's also my job to communicate that, because if I don't, then I can't.
Her job is too to tell you this is how I'm feeling.